I want to welcome the GMs and the wives, the godly men and the warm, inviting, feminine, empathetic women out there. So today's video is on how this kind of woman will throw herself at you. And this is the low tier women. You will never see a high quality woman just willingly throw herself at you and give you the go ahead from the jump. There will always be, if she's a woman of any kind of worth, some way that you're going to have to actually work for it. Okay. And if you're a high value man, so to speak, and I really don't like using these terms, to be honest, but for all intents and purposes, sometimes terms that are practical but not necessarily the best are sometimes the most useful. So practically speaking, yes, high value, low value, whatever. Low tier women are going to be the ones to throw themselves at you. And if you're not going to try to build a family or anything, then sure, go for it. You know, it's a powerful argument to say, well, if all of these women are throwing themselves at me, why should I not? And if I've built myself to a certain caliber, why should I not want to participate? I hear you, man. I hear you. I understand where you're coming from, but also at the same time, you have to understand that if you are going to have any kind of legacy in this life, you've got to control your willy waggle, okay? You've got to control your willy waggle and think with your actual head and not with not with Willy Waggle's head, okay? You got to actually think about this kind of stuff. And just because it doesn't even matter how great she looks, because I've had really quality women that, at least quality on the outside, they looked really quality, you know, they were exceptionally beautiful women. And yet on the inside, it's just the mind games, man. It's just, it's all the mind games. And I swear I'm getting to the point in which I would rather deal with a woman that isn't quite as attractive, because she's probably just going to be less of a chaotic supernova of a mess at this point. Because most of the genuinely physically attractive women that I come into, like I'm talking 8 or 9 out of the shower, no makeup, 10. I don't really like even saying 10s because 10s are really rare, but 8s and 9s, fresh out of the shower. And these women are beautiful, but their hearts and their souls are just completely shattered and in the dust. Whereas at least a 6 or a 7, she's above average in attractiveness, but she's also probably got a bit of a personality that you can enjoy. And she probably has different kinds of hobbies and things apart from Instagram and getting Instagram likes. So these women out here, you've got to be very mindful of these women that are throwing themselves at you. Now, this is a difference between a woman shooting her shot and a woman that is just throwing herself at you. A woman shooting her shot will give you eye contact. She'll probably look down in submissiveness, or she'll be a little bit shy. And then if you actually start talking to her, a woman that is low tier will not shit test you. Now, what do I mean by the shit test? Every man knows that you get to a point sometimes where your male mind is thinking logically, like, okay, this is going to happen and this is going to happen. And then, wow, we're getting along great. And then, so if we're getting along great, this means that this is where this is going. And then the woman throws a wrench into the situation and you think to yourself, why is she doing that? What is she doing? Why does she think that this is going to help her? Does she think that trying to sabotage what we've got growing right now is going to build the relationship down the line? Is she an idiot? Did I accidentally choose an idiot? That's not what's actually happening. If you have any kind of semblance of understanding in the situation of the shit test. In fact, I've said this before and I'll say it again. A woman that doesn't know how to test me, I know that she doesn't test her men. So she's going to let everybody that wants a piece of her have a soul, have a piece of her soul, man. And I don't want to deal with a woman like that because been there, done that, and it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. I could have gotten burned a lot worse than I did, but thankfully I had some common sense to myself at the time, and even though I did get burned, I wasn't scorched into the hell's fire or anything like that. It was just more of a like, ooh, yeah, that's a hot piece. That's a hot stove, right? Hot piece of ass, but hot stove as well. Don't touch it. Don't touch it if it's not worth it, man. Got to wear the right tools. Got to have the right resources around you in order to do that kind of thing. And most of the time, it's just not even worth it anyway, no matter how hot she is. So this is where you can get to a certain point where if she's trying to control you now, and you'll be able to know if a woman's trying to control you. She'll try to give you ultimatums. She'll try to almost put you on a leash like a dog. She'll try to flirt with other guys in front of you just because she wants to do like the worst things that she could possibly imagine to just try to get an emotional reaction out of you. Because I'm really starting to wonder if women are capable of feeling anything inside themselves without external stimulation. And the reason that I say that is because there's a reason that women's natural biological urge for attention is the way it is because it's almost like they cannot feel alive unless they're trying, at least these toxic women out there. It's almost like they can't even feel alive unless they're trying to mind fuck somebody. It's really bizarre. It's really, really bizarre. But this is the modern woman. And not all of women are like that, but I do think that there is some I do think that there's actually some genuine truth in the fact that there's a reason that these women act a certain way, and even a woman that is a good woman, it's not going to be sunshine, rainbows, and lollipops all the time, but she will bring more peace to you than chaos. If she doesn't bring more peace to your life than anything else, she's probably not a good woman, okay? And as a man, any kind of shit test is not going to be seen as a negative quality in the woman. Because if it's just a regular shit test, you know, she might try to see if you're gonna allow her to take the lead or whatever. Or because if you are someone that's assertive and confident, and she wants to know that not only are you looking the part, but you're actually going to act the part, well, number one, she's trying to give you the opportunity to arouse her. Because if you are the guy that is not going to actually put up with this kind of stuff, then it's going to arouse her even more. And she's going to be, okay, yes, this is the guy that is going to be the assertive leader in the relationship. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. I mean, it's crazy. But that's how it happens, man. That's how it happens. So she wants to arouse herself by trying to play these mind games with you, which sounds kind of bizarre and wild, but at the same time, it's really not. It's really not that bizarre when you really think about it, because they want you to be that guy. They want you to be the man. And we need more men out there that are capable of seeing these shit tests and all of the weird obstacles that women throw our way as opportunities to grow and to build in the relationship that we're building with them ourselves. But you also have to maintain the leverage and the frame in the relationship. And the way that you do that is to you have to know how to play defense, so to speak. Anybody here has played basketball or anything like that, understands soccer, whatever kind of sport you've played, even like chess or board games or whatever. Any kind of strategy that you have on defense must be able to put you into an attack position, right? So let's say you're playing basketball and you're seeing somebody trying to drive to the hoop, and you're able to see a certain way that they dribble and notice their shoulders in a certain way, where if they move their shoulders one way, you know that they're actually going to try to twist or turn a certain way other than that, because they're trying to fake you out. If their shooting foot is not forward, usually they're not going to shoot the ball. They're going to try to drive the ball. So you can see this, and then that's how you can play defense. You can swat the ball out of their hand, and you can start putting yourself into the position to run down the other side of the court for you to make the goal, the field goal, right? In a way, this is kind of the same concept with women. Women will try to make sure that they have the upper hand, but if you know how to play proper defense, if you know how to play, let's say, internalized defense in interdynamic and what's the term? Interdimensional relationships. I don't think that's the right term, but anyway, the point is whenever you're communicating with males or females together, if you're a male and you're communicating with a female, intersexual dynamics, that's the term I'm looking for. Wow, that was a brain fart for a second. Intersexual dynamics. Any kind of communication that you have to internalize that metaphorical defense within you. And if you can do that, then all of the games and all of the control, you automatically just pass them. I don't even think about it anymore. In fact, I'm looking to see if a woman is going to shit test me or not. And if she doesn't, then I know, okay, she's one of those women. I'm not about that. And if she's trying to control me, I might take it as kind of a playful banter. I'm not going to take it as anything crazy, but I will take note of it and I will see how she reacts down the line, but I'm not going to take it too seriously. And I wouldn't take anything that women do most of the time too seriously, because they really are, I'm going to get comments for this, but who cares? They really are like grown children. They really are. And this is not a bad thing. It's just, it's the way God made them. And I think that seeing it for what it is going to be more important than trying to idealize anything that can never truly be anyway. So watch out for the low tier women just throwing themselves at you, because if they're doing that, she's probably throwing herself at somebody that's more than just you. I literally have had consultation calls with guys that this one that I'm thinking about now was about a year ago. Had a call with somebody and they went out on a date, and over the course of like the next 2 weeks, she convinced him, quote unquote, to be intimate together after he spent $300, $200, $300 on a dinner. She convinced him to be intimate with her. The next day he found out that she was sucking other guys, you know what, the willy waggles. Just I don't even want to say it. Just a little bit before, possibly minutes, possibly hours. All I'm saying is he was devastated when that happened, and I was like, yeah, well, this is why I advocated for you not to. You want to be around people and women that share your values, especially in intersexual dynamics. Being around women that are not congruent with your values system, you're going to end up with women like that. And ultimately, these kinds of videos are about helping men become less trifled within their own mind. It's not about trying to put anybody down. It's just trying to recognize and how to build each other up so that we all have better relationships down the line, because family is what's going to be most important at the end of the day. We need more families. We need more godly babies. And with that being said, peace be with you. Till next time.